A major hearing going on right now. It has been for a couple of hours now on Capitol Hill into Hillary Clinton's email scandal. The House Oversight Committee subpoenaing the tech experts who handled Clinton's email server. Her IT guru, Brian Pagliano, did not show up. He took the fifth before, you know, many, many times. 3 men did show up, including 2 technology employees from the firm where Clinton's emails were deleted despite orders to preserve them for Congress. They both took the fifth.
Mr. Gambetta, do you intend to make an opening statement?
On advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer and assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Mr. Thornton, do you intend to make an opening statement?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer and assert my Fifth Amendment constitutional privilege.
Pleading the fifth, the only one willing to talk was Bill Clinton's longtime aide, Justin Cooper. He's the guy who took a hammer to Hillary's BlackBerries. He also helped with the setup of the computers in the Clintons' home, but apparently did not have security clearance. Watch this.
Did you have a security clearance at that time?
No, I did not have a security clearance.
After you left the White House early in... When did you leave the White House?
2001.
2001. Did you ever have a security clearance at any level after that?
No, I did not have a security clearance.
When you had full access to the whole server the entire time that you were working for the Clintons?
Yes, I had access to the server.
And you have no security clearance?
I have no security clearance.
Also, at a contentious hearing just yesterday, Chairman Chaffetz, who you just saw there, subpoenaed the FBI for the full case file of its investigation into Clinton's emails. Watch that.
Will the FBI provide to Congress the full file with no redactions of personal identifiable information?
I cannot make that commitment sitting here today.
Then I'm going to issue a subpoena, and I'm going to do it right now. So let's go. I've signed this subpoena. We want all the 302s, and we would like the full file. You can accept service on behalf of the FBI?
Certainly.
You are hereby served.
Is this the kind of thing, Sandra, that you think the American public is looking for? Just some teeth in all of this and going for the facts?
The trouble is, I think, politically, that it's just too much. People don't know what to tune in and to listen to with all this email stuff. But that was an unbelievable moment in that hearing today, where that Clinton aide just basically said he had access to every single one of Hillary Clinton's emails with absolutely no security clearance. And you know, I love math, Harris. I cannot sit here and come up with the number of people that we know as of today that had access to the Secretary of State's email server and all of her emails.
All right, and those would be somewhat experts in their field. The list even gets longer, Bill, when you look at, because I don't think that the attorneys were Xeroxing stuff on their own. How many people have looked at some of those emails who were secretaries and assistants who were making files? And I mean, we could look at a very long list of people who had no clearance.
We don't know that answer, and I think, you know, I mean, the point's been made repeatedly for the past several weeks. That's the reason why you see the trustworthy numbers go down. I think that's part of the reason why you see the race get tighter. That Gambetta fella, by the way, he's the one who used the bleach bit. They're from Platte River Networks. I think the operation is out of Denver. But with regard to Hillary Clinton, they were using it out of New Jersey. But
that's right.
He was the guy, and you know, half of them pled the fifth. And I was kind of surprised that Justin Cooper was even talking. I think that's the most information we have gotten yet from someone who has directly ties directly to the establishment of the server, the operation of it. The fact that he was able to see all these emails just contributes more and more to the whole classified system being ignored, or dare I say, abused.
And BleachBit, of course, is the application that disintegrated all those emails and sent them off.
The private emails.
Well, it's like an acid wash is how it's been put in some terms. But to Sandra's point, Elizabeth, just about how this really is being taken in by the American people, it is a lot of information. People are turned off by the volumes of it. But what is the highlight?
I agree. And it's so much minutiae. You feel like you're in the weeds. It's legalistic
but what's the
stuff.
Highlight?
The highlight is Justin Cooper just revealed. By the way, he worked at the Clinton Foundation. He worked at the Clinton Global Initiative. He helped edit and work on Clinton's book. He's been an aide for a very long time, had access to what Catherine Herridge of Fox News has been reporting. After the fact, now 2,100 classified emails, 22 of them top secret. We know FBI Director James Comey said 110 Hillary Clinton sent and received that had classified. I mean, I think the American people have a right to know about national security issues, and not only the classified information there, but the fact that the private server was set up in the first place. Why? What was the intent there? And finally, hacking. I mean, the Clinton Foundation has been hacked, State Department's been hacked. What happened with that server?
So what you're saying is all of those original questions, which the FBI and others have said basically were answered. Hillary Clinton says we've answered, or still unanswered to a satisfactory level.
Yeah.
So, you know, Megan, I'm just kind of piggybacking off of what Elizabeth said. He knew then the significance. If he knew all of this, the guy who's working on the server, and he was part of the foundation support too, he would know the significance of foundation and Secretary of State type emails, correct?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, there's nothing more than the Clintons want to make this as complicated as possible. Like you guys are saying, keeping it in the weeds, the minutiae. You have to go to law school to understand this. Super simple. They're letting randoms look at our national security. Some random man that's sitting there that's apparently used to work for him in 2001 when I was still in high school apparently gets to look at your emails and classified information about what's going on in the world at any point at any time, and God knows who else they let see everything, and God knows who knows our national security secrets. This woman should be in jail. Any other person that did this would be in jail.
So if there were any indication, Sandra, of pay for play between that foundation and her as she was Secretary of State, a whole lot of people now would have seen that.
But it goes even further in that hearing today to show the blurred lines between her as Secretary of State and the Clinton Foundation, and then the Clintons living up in Chappaqua. It was when he was asked who paid you, he said the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation. And then it's just those constant blurred lines.
One big pile.
Yep.
You know, I was in high school in 2001, too. It was an awesome year.
Did you go back?
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
No, I love you. I love you, Bill.
Okay. Both presidential candidates.
She's like, okay. Okay, yeah, move on.
Presidential candidates are expected to release more on their health sometime this week. Hillary Clinton's spokesman says her documents will reveal the type of pneumonia she is suffering from and the medical circumstances around her becoming ill and stumbling during a September 11th memorial on Sunday. Donald Trump says he was examined last week and plans to disclose new records during an appearance on Dr. Oz of all places Thursday. Meantime, former DNC chair Dan Fowler tells Politico the Democrats need a contingency plan in case pneumonia forces Clinton out of the race, saying, quote, "It's something you would be a fool not to prepare for. This is a different time with a lot more people who like to express themselves and perhaps wrest control. I'm sure some of the Sanders people would want to get into play and some of the Biden people. I think you're likely to have at least discussions and perhaps controversy." Bill, I want to go to you first. How likely is it that Joe Biden could be nominated?
I think it's zero.
Zero.
I mean, you would have to drag Hillary Clinton off that stage kicking and screaming. I don't think that's going to happen. I think with regard to all the health records and all the taxes, et cetera, I think both candidates are gaming the system right now to figure out what will voters accept and what will they not. Reince Priebus was on our program earlier today and asked about Trump's taxes. I don't think Trump's going to put out his taxes. I think that's the card he's playing. With less than 60 days to go, he believes his calibration on this is that voters don't care. We'll see if they do.
But well, this may have helped him, though, because now, in terms of just having to put out his health records, he can say, well, I put that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check that off the list.
It's just about the taxes. Didn't Mr. Trump also say that if Hillary releases her private emails, he'll release his tax returns? So does that make you feel like they are accessible and he could release them? I mean,
okay, so I have to ask the question, what would have to be in these medical records? Recent physical exams, I don't know, a couple years ago. What has to be in them for this to be a game changer in this election?
And it can't be edited by Huma. It can't be bleached, bitted out pieces of information. It can't be just one, physical at one point in time 2 years ago. Because it's ridiculous. I don't trust that they would even give me something authentic anyway. It'd probably be some random doctor friend of hers who one day she has heat stroke, the next day she has pneumonia. I don't trust anything.
Dr. Mark Siegel thinks that your father set the standard.
Well, thank you very much.
And he calls it the McCain Protocol. And what he talks about is that how they all flew out to Phoenix, Arizona. They went through what?
1,000 pages.
1,000 pages? And these were...
And much to the chagrin of so many people, my father's still alive and well and kicking and healthy. Sorry.
But he makes the point that if you're age 70 or above, you should be subjected to this.
I don't have a problem.
Why put a year on it?
You want to be the leader of the free world? We have a right to
I get it.
everything.
Well, if you're 45, should you do it?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, I'm wondering why you started age 70. I mean, she's 68, and you ask about what kind of thing could be in there. If there is any other indication that would give a reason for what we've seen recently, not just the pneumonia cough, but this has been going on for a while. I mean, people were talking about coughing a couple months ago, even longer than that.
Oh, yeah.
If there's any other indication that there would be another cause, I think that's what people would look for. But I agree with you. They're not going to hand us unredacted redacted documents and say, please, willy-nilly go through, get rid of HIPAA, just go through those
I
babies.
don't think any campaign
really
has done that, right?
Someone, though, did make a suggestion to me, and I thought it was interesting. Why not like a military-style
Physical,
right? And look at your records, right? I mean, and have people who would normally do that sort of thing. It wouldn't be in the public purview, but it would have a certain standard. I don't know.
I think it doesn't matter your age. I don't think it matters. I think if you want to be president, you have to prove to the American public you're healthy and physically fit to do it. And quite frankly, neither of these candidates have done it. But I look forward to seeing what Donald Trump does with Dr. Oz on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
All right, growing questions of mainstream media bias as editors from 2 of America's top newspapers reportedly say they'd be willing to risk jail time to publish Donald Trump's tax returns. And are they just doing their jobs, or would that cross the line?